Hey y'all,
Hey y'all,
I'm Ebony,
and I'm Shakora.
and welcome to the Unapologetically Us podcast, where we talk about life, mental health, fitness, finances, and
And everything
everything in
in
between.
between.
Thank you guys for joining us. If you are new here, welcome.
Welcome back.
Yes, so thank you guys for joining us. Happy to have y'all back, and thank you
Once
for the feedback
again,
that we're still constantly getting feedback. So we thank you guys for all of that.
yes.
But we're gonna get into our first segment, child listen.
Listen.
So child listen, what's been up with you?
Oh, nothing. I'm encouraged this week with starting the jump rope challenge, and it has definitely been a thing, and I'm loving it. But I wanted to, on behalf of Mental Health Awareness Month, and kind of just giving those tips, providing those tips, and being excited about doing that. I wanted to be able to take this time for a second to encourage. I'm a self care girl, so I always
Girl.
like to give.
Self care girl.
I like to give my tips on self care because that is definitely important. It's important for us to be able to take care of ourselves and to do the things that require us to take care of ourselves. So, on behalf of mental health awareness, I will give some tips on self care and how you can notice some signs that you may be disconnected from yourself, and not only yourself but disconnected from the world. Oftentimes we don't realize that we may be going through things or we're neglecting ourselves. So here's a few things that will help you notice if you may be disconnected from yourself and you need to incorporate some self-care. One being, if you struggle to remember things that you may have done within that day or the week, if it's hard for you to remember those things, then you may be disconnected. The second one is you feel as if you are floating throughout the day, that you're not really included in what's going on around you, where you just feel like things aren't real. The third one is feeling like you may be putting on a show during a conversation. So you're talking, maybe you're at work, you're in a meeting, and you are kind of putting on, you're letting people know, oh, I'm fine, everything's good, I've been doing this, and you're not really doing anything. You may definitely be disconnected and need to incorporate some self care. And the last one being, you observe yourself or you see yourself outside of your body. So things that may be going on around you, when you're visualizing those things, you don't see it as if you're the person actually in that action in that moment. It's like out of body experience, and you may be disconnected from yourself, from the world. So those are some signs of being disconnected, and some signs that should tell you that you should take care of yourself. You need to incorporate self care. Self care is important. I always give self care tips. Self care is doing things that you enjoy, not what my friend enjoy, not what my kids enjoy, my husband, my wife enjoys, but what you may enjoy. And self-care is not anything that you have to go and spend time or money, not definitely time, not money on. You can do something as simple as taking a walk that kind of disconnects you from all of the weight of the world, I like to call it, where you're not in a moment of feeling overwhelmed or you're overthinking. So, incorporating self care is important, grounding yourself, meditating. So, hope those help. Hope those tips help.
Them were some good tips.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. So, child, listen, what's been up with you?
Um, doing this jump rope challenge. On top of the squad challenge with my coworkers, and um, just amazed at the fact that, I mean, when people see you changing and they get inspired to do the change, that same type of change, even though they're not doing an actual the your jump rope challenge, but I do have two that's like, yeah, I did jump ropes, or however many squats we gonna do. I'm pushing myself to do that many jump ropes, and not just them. Then coming to work and they're saying, my daughter did it with me. My sister-in-law, she wants to do it too, and my husband's doing it, and one lady came in there Monday. They was like, the older lady. They was like they said wait till you hear what she got to tell you. I'm like, oh Lord, this lady done hurt herself. So when I saw, I said, no, now what you done did? Yeah. She was like, I put some pants on, and I was feeling good. I was feeling myself. And my husband, I had walked past my husband, and he slapped my booty. I said, come on then, let me find out you getting a little cup in your booty or whatever. So, but like the excitement on her face and everybody was cheering her on, like, yeah, that's what's up, or whatever. Or with the jump rope, the one that's doing the jump ropes too, she was like, I'm going to shoot for 20. And then she came next day and she was like, I did 30. Good. And I was like, okay. She's like, me and my daughter, we pulled the cars out the garage and we just doing them in the garage. So, yeah, just, just having that moment of realizing, like, you don't realize the things that you do to inspire other people to do absolutely. Certain things, especially if they see that you're, consistent and dedicated in doing it, makes them feel like, okay, I can do it too at my own pace. Mm-hmm. Like, I ain't got to do 100 jump ropes because that's what she doing. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pace myself and shoot for a goal that I know I can do. Yeah. So if I know I can do 20, and I felt the need to do 10 more, I'm gonna do 10 more. But just doing something. Yeah. And even with the challenge committee, your group that you have, it's literally just people like inspiring each other to, like, because if you see something like, well, when she did her, okay, clearly I can go do mine, or whatever. And then the pressure of not having to do it all in one setting. I knock out mine out because I don't have the time to break it up. But having that say, okay, 100 jump ropes, or we at 55 today squats, 55 squats, like, okay, I'm gonna do 10 here, or if I got the time, I'm going to just do them while I'm brewing my coffee on Saturday morning, something like that. So, yeah, just feeling good about that. Other than that, y'all know the usual. I'm tired. May is Maying and life is lifing, so we just here.
Of course. She tired every week. Every week she's tired.
Every week.
It be like that sometimes.
But anyway, it do. Life of a overachiever.
Overachiever.
Speaking of overachiever, let's get into today's topic.
Let's get into it.
So, Shakura posed the question. This was your question.
It was my question.
Does comfort zones hinder or block you reaching your potential? Mm-hmm. So what do you think since you posed this question?
So, as I thought about this question, which I thought, of course, that it would be really good for us to answer in our today life, but also just in things that we probably went through in the past as well. And it brought up a lot of things for me. Relationships, friends, just all types of different things where our comfort zone can destroy the potential that we have, because that comfort zone feels so comfortable. Mm-hmm. So I feel like comfort zones have destroyed the potential in me. Even, now, just like in right now time, however old that I am.
Girl, they know we 32.
The 32.
You almost 33.
Girl, chill out. Ain't nobody asked her for that. Okay? But the 32-year-old that I am, still feeling like you have to stay in the comfort zone to feel comfortable, to be okay, I guess I can say. And so it's hard. And so it does. Staying there, or that contentment, staying there does destroy that potential. It makes that, imposter syndrome set in. It's self-sabotaging. You get to a point where you're like, well, I'm okay. I don't have to do more, when you know that you're supposed to do more. And when that potential is destroyed, you essentially then start feeling like you missing something. Like you may be less than, or feeling empty, this sense of emptiness, where that I should be doing something else, but why am I so comfortable? Why is it so scary to move? So yeah, that's how I feel about that. But what about you, as it relates to when you heard that question? Does that comfort zone, or can my comfort zone destroy my potential?
When you texted to me, what did I think about? Well, of course, we try to think of something relatable. And I was trying to think of past experiences where I felt comfortable enough, or comfortable to where it hindered me from reaching my potential. I can't say I have a time with that. Because because it's, well, not just career wise, but even with when I moved back home for that little spell of time, I was living with my parents, but I wasn't comfortable. No matter how comfortable my parents made me, I didn't have any bills, no real responsibilities. I had the luxury of that, thank God for them. But I was never just comfortable there. Because maybe because I lived, on my own prior to going back home. But going back home, you felt the, like, okay, no, because of course there's a level of respect with moving back with your parents. But I just didn't. Even with my job now, I've been feeling like I can see where comfort kept people there. But because I'm not where I want to be, I'm not like that level. Because don't get me wrong, when I say it's lax, it's chill, who don't want that?
Right, absolutely.
Who don't. I had a 4-day work week schedule. I was off every Friday, and I knew if I left, I could potentially lose that or whatever. Who wouldn't want that?
Yeah.
But I can say that I haven't been comfortable to where it messed up my potential, but I can see, because like you said, when I'm looking at people that I work with, or I look at certain people back at home that just done got comfortable, and that's what they want, then cool. But like you say, when your potential is more than what it is, but because you're comfortable or you're fearful, you don't allow yourself to get uncomfortable to reach that next level of potential. Meaning, even taking like the season that I'm in right now, I hit a level of uncomfort that is pushing me into a next level. Whether it's financial, whether it's relationship, whether it's personal, fitness, physical, like just pushing myself because I know I'm not where I want to be. And I don't think I'll ever just really feel that until I'm where I want to be. No matter how comfortable the situation. Living with my sister was cool. But I never felt fully comfortable. Right. It was a comfortable situation. Who wouldn't want to be somewhere they didn't have to pay a lot of expenses? But just no.
Yeah, and I don't 100% mean like completely destroy, where you don't work toward your potential, or you're not doing those things to move forward to your potential, but that comfort zone keeps you comfortable, even if in that position you're not uncomfortable. You're in a I guess in a point of feeling uncomfortable, but that comfort zone still could be uncomfortable, which means I know where I want to go moving forward. I know what moving forward looks like. I'm taking little steps, but I'm not moving like I should be moving to get where I'm going. So not destroy it where I just don't see it and don't want to do it anymore, but just moving in a way that I know I should be moving. Like, I talk a lot about, taking a leap and doing it when scared. Being comfortable. I'm okay. I get a good salary. I'm okay with the work environment. It's not too bad, but I essentially know that I want a private practice. So I'm doing a little here, doing a little there, doing a little there, until I had to get to a point where I was completely uncomfortable. This is a no. I figured out or found out my worth. I found out what I deserve and things like that in that moment where I was uncomfortable enough in my comfort zone to move back and to step aside and say, you know what? Let me do the things that I have to do to get to where I essentially want to go. And God, like, girl, finally, like, I've been telling you that. And me just being comfortable. I get my paycheck when I want. They paying me. It's a good amount. No worries. I don't have to run right now. So not destroy, but just put you in the sense of, I feel comfortable. I'm okay. I don't have to rush to get to where I'm trying to go.
I don't equate that with the comfort. I equate that with fear.
Okay.
Because just like, and maybe because I know your process from full-time to entrepreneurship, the door been there for you to walk through. And I don't even think it was so much of comfort.
It was.
I think it was.
It was definitely.
But it was just as much as fear.
Yeah, there was fear because I had my reservations. And it was definitely fear because I say it all the time. It was fear, but it also was, I'm comfortable. I like my study paycheck. I'm good. They're gonna be mad that I took off, but they'll be okay. Like it was, but I was comfortable. I didn't want to change my lifestyle like what you're experiencing now, and you're like, oh, I gotta cut back, I gotta move back. I didn't want to do that. I don't want to have to sacrifice this and do this, so I'm gonna just still do this because I'm comfortable. This is what I want, and thinking that's what I wanted. So yeah, fear was definitely attached. I would say fear was the number one, but me being comfortable made it easier to stay there. So it did. It not really destroyed, set back my transition from being an employee
an employee to being
an owner, entrepreneur, to being able to move how I want to on my own, but still take care of business. Because we're not gonna forget that, y'all. We say
definitely gotta take care of business.
Definitely still gotta take care of business.
Definitely gotta do that.
Definitely, but that transition probably would have happened sooner had I not been comfortable. Even in those positions, comfortable with who I'm working with. Oh, no, we go to lunch every day. We have a good time. Oh, they care about me. It's a nice environment. You don't find many jobs where you could work with women and it just not be. So I was comfortable. This is good. You don't really experience this. This is good. I'm okay. When God over there like, girl,
move.
Do I have to push you? And I'm like, no, I can swing my own legs. But so definitely fear for sure. Because I was like, oh no, I don't know what that private practice is about to do. Let me just ease in. But two, being comfortable. Yeah. I was comfortable, babe. I was chilling in my sleeping bag.
I definitely feel like fear and comfort are like the same because you're comfortable, you're fearful of giving up that level of comfort because you don't know what's on the other side. When you take a leap of faith, whether it's starting a business, getting into because I thought about this too, being comfortable in singleness because you don't have to worry about, you don't have the certain stressors that come with being in a relationship and in a transition from relationship to marriage. Because right now we're comfortable, we're good, we don't have the other things that go along with being married. When you're single, I don't have to worry about certain things. I sleep 10 times better when I'm single because I'm not worried about if this person's doing me dirty. I'm not worried about if it's not working out. If you've been heartbroken, you know, allowing yourself to be open to feel feelings for someone else again. And but being single is very comfort because you do hit a level of peace. But at the same time too, it is fear. The fear of, if I cross this path, or if I cross this line, or if I take this step, or if I take this jump or leap or plunge into something, what's going to happen down the road? And so I can say, for me, I feel like comfort and fear go hand in hand because it's comfortable here. So I don't want to, but the fear in me is like, I don't want to take that move.
And also fear, you said fear in singleness, but fear in, if you flip it, that comfort destroying your potential in a relationship. And baby, relatable, you know, because oftentimes you're in something you probably feel like you don't need to be, but what is comfortable. Oh, they help me this, they help me pay the bills, they help this, they do this, I don't have to do this. And we stay even though we know God has something for us way beyond where we at. And we'll stay for years. We'll stay
years upon
years. Well, here go my favorite line, where we start to normalize toxic. And you know that you shouldn't be there. So all you doing is tearing up, destroying the potential on what you have for yourself and what God has for you.
True.
You know, and it's hard to step out of that. It's hard to say, you know what, I'm going to do what I have to do. That's the self-care. Being able to say, you know what, fear, I'm a just go ahead and take that leap. I'm a go ahead and put the work in, because when you think about it, you have to put the work in. You know, he says that he's going to lead and direct you to wherever you're supposed to be, but you still got to put the work in. Still got to put the work in. So does fear and comfort, sometimes even discomfort, stop us from doing the things that we need to be doing, whether it's in a relationship, out of a relationship, career-wise, whatever. You know, it can definitely destroy that.
Which I think about, if you ever listen to Tab tell her story, there's a part in her story where she said she, I think this was after her and Chance moved back to California, where she said she was laying in bed and she felt her bed shake and a voice told her, this is not the life I have for you. But she was saying in that time that they had got like she kind of like settled into her life in North Carolina, where they were from, where, you know, I got this job. Chance was doing his studio stuff, and he had his job. They had the baby, so everything with them was just cooling. And I do feel this. Comfort makes you forget what you really setting out to go do, because, like you said, comfort feels so good, but everybody equates if your path, that the path you're supposed to be on is supposed to be easy. So when it feels easy, it's like, I'm supposed to be here, because taking this other route, you got doors and obstacles and loops and hoops and ins and outs and ebbs and flows. So who the hell want to deal with that? So you settle into this, or you just nestle. I ain't say, because I don't want to say settle, but you nestle into this life where,
I'll say settle.
You know, because for some people it don't. That I'm good. We got a 9 to 5. We affording this life or whatever. For her, it was settling. So I use settle in her context. You settled into this life because you just felt that, you know, this wasn't working. We tried when we moved to California, it didn't work out. We had to come back. So here we are. And maybe it wasn't supposed to happen. So I do feel like, you know, comfort can put you in that place of complacency. Because, again, fear and taking steps and moving in certain directions can cause you to just be like, nah. Because of that feeling of if it don't work out. The what ifs, the shoulda, woulda, couldas, the see if I wanna gave this dude my number, and if I wanna talk to him, I wouldn't have feelings for him, and we wouldn't be here today. If I didn't have these aspirations of wanting to be beyond a 9-to-5 worker, and I started this business and it failed. I started that business and it failed. I started this business and it went good. Then I hit a plateau. And it was a struggle trying to get get off that plateau to keep climbing higher. But if I would have stayed at a 9-to-5, I wouldn't have had this problem. If I would have just stayed at home and not moved, or just, not saying this how I feel, but Monroe ain't that bad. Being in Monroe ain't bad. Like, cheaper, whatever, I can go back versus being out here and I gotta pay for everything by myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That point where you can forget, it kind of made me think of when you get to the point of that comfort that you then reshape or forget that potential that you have set for yourself. And sometimes that could be a place, that could be a thing, that could be you that reshape or changes or make you forget what that potential is for you. And that's a scary spot to be in, because you then feel so comfortable that you think this is where you're supposed to be. But then that trigger is going to be that feeling of emptiness, because you're going to feel it. You gonna feel it, I know, because I felt it. You feel like something is missing. It feels like I should be doing something. Or you have those moments where you're like, I should be doing something today. I wonder what I'm supposed to be doing. It feels like I'm missing something today. Your goals, your potential moving forward, doing the things that you have to do. So I'm so glad that I can recognize, and you could say that is that feeling of emptiness. I call it conviction. When God knows that you're supposed to be doing something and you getting comfortable, or you seeming to forget, you gonna feel it. You gonna feel that conviction is gonna be like, girl, get up. Girl, what you doing?
Or that comfort not gonna feel so comfortable anymore.
Not gonna feel comfortable.
We always say, when God ready for you to move, He'll make you. He'll put things in your life to make you uncomfortable enough to where you have no choice but to move. Some people, to where he's like, at this point now, like I heard one guy say, every move that I've made in a career, God had to literally push me out. To where his last career move, he was like, I felt the tug, and I was like, alright, you ain't gotta push me, just let me know when.
No need to push,
because you ain't got to push me. I'm good. Or whatever. But yes, God will definitely make you uncomfortable enough to, and I feel like you forget, like I say, because it's so nestled in, and it's so just peaceful, and you probably don't feel that emptiness. Because sometimes your mind can shift. Kind of like when people get married. If you aspire to be married, once y'all say that y'all I do's, and y'all wake up the next day as husband and wife, you do hit that, okay, well, now I'm a wife now. Whereas when you were dating, on both sides, y'all were doing things to keep the other person happy. That's why people tell you, oh no, getting married is even more work, because you have to keep up the things that you start. Even with dating, when you're courting, the way the old folks used to say, when you're courting, the things that you start, you have to keep. I don't start nothing I can keep up.
Absolutely.
So if I'm telling you good morning every morning, or I'm responding to your good morning text every morning, I do that. If I call you, if I'm sending you encourage, like whatever I'm doing, whether it's gifts, whether it's giving you available time, whatever I start, I have to keep up. So, like, I lost my train of thought, but, but yeah, like, you can forget, because you shift what you once thought you wanted, and just like, but this is cool. I got my man, I got my kids, I got a job that's paying the bills. We doing the things, we got, we can take a trip if we want to. We can, we cooling.
Yeah, that's true. And you just have to be able to recognize when it's time to move. I think it's important to know so that that potential is not destroyed. You know, so that you're not destroying it for yourself, or you not allowing someone else to destroy it for you, or you destroying somebody else's. But being able to recognize when that potential is being or it feels further away than it should be. What's for you is always going to be for you, but you still got to work for it. When feeling comfortable, sometimes even uncomfortable, because sometimes when people feel uncomfortable, they still don't move. Still don't move. Oh, Lord, how this going to happen? How this going to happen? I know I should be doing this, but right now I can't even make it past this moment. Well, because that moment ain't for you. It's time for you to move beyond that moment. So,
Or, not to take it, too preachery, but well. God ain't worried about what you ain't got to make it past that moment.
at all.
So,
At all.
I don't care. Like, there were times where I was like, you do this? I didn't
Somebody,
tell
you
you.
sure? You show these messages for me?
Why you worried about that, though? Like, again, we can talk about faith all we want to, but faith is sometimes doing things that don't make sense. So you laying there and you being comfortable and fearful of, or uncomfortable and fearful of making a move because you need A, B, C, D, all these things in line, and God saying, I don't need none of that.
God said,
I just need your yes.
Yep, that's it. Matter of fact, I just need you to follow.
That's it.
That's it. You don't have to say
and
yes.
Trust me.
And trust. Ooh, and trust. That's
and
it.
Trust me.
That's
and
it.
No, I'm not gonna make it peaches and roses in the beginning
at all.
But because it is what it is.
Yeah.
But just take the step and trust me and know. But I'm gonna send little things here and there to remind you that I'm still with you.
Absolutely.
There were times where that little Square notification came and said so-and-so paid their invoice. Baby, thank you.
You know how much that invoice notification just make you get up and go? Cause I feel like it today.
This person
paid. Oh, really?
Or not even that. You sitting there minding your business because you get a little cushion and you just like, okay, then some comes like, God dang, I got to pull that to go do this.
Yep.
And you get a phone call. Hey, you available Sunday? Oh yeah, we need you. Or hey, you got this? We need you. Can you do this? So
he gonna show up. He may not come when you want him, but he gonna be right on time.
Right on time.
Not on your time. On his time.
And sometimes it be when you least expect it.
That's the best ones though. In the moment it don't feel like it.
No, in the moment it feel good.
Afterwards,
when you just cooling and you get something from God that you least expect. All right, BG, I see you.
Come on. Really? Oh, I've been a good girl.
Right. I see you. You ain't gonna let me go, whatever. But yeah. And then too with potential. Because we also talked about Ebony K and her potential thing. Yeah. That's why I made a point to say potential ain't necessarily a career. Potential could be relationships. Potential could be if you have a gift that you're not exercising, like people who sing and have a knack for or talent for organization, or you have you're a good leader, so you can volunteer to be a mentor for some of these after school programs, like that could be your potential. And some because that doesn't always equate to dollars.
Yeah.
Some people passions. I have a full-time job, but I go and coach basketball because basketball is my passion. And I feel like I'm wasting my knowledge and my gift in basketball, and I'm not reaching my purpose or my potential in life because I'm just wasting away. So let me go coach this little league team.
Absolutely.
That's not really not gonna pay me nothing, but the joy I see with kids learning a skill and then perfecting it.
Right.
Taking them to a game and they winning, or if they losing and then we correcting what we did wrong and they win the next one. So you know what your potential is and if you should not be doing it.
Right, absolutely, because passion and potential is not always your career path. My career and my purpose or my passion can be very, very, very different. So how you said, oh, this could be my passion, something that I enjoy doing, something. Now I love my career, but something that I enjoy, like for me, fitness. It's my newfound love. And so if I can help, if I can encourage, if I can motivate, if I can do those things for people, whether it paid me or not, which I'm not paid, but whether it pays me or not, it's something that I enjoy doing. I like helping, motivating other people to become more physical, more active, because especially in our community, we're falling off. Health, or not even mental health, my physical health goes down because we don't do the necessary things that we have to do. So when you talk about your potential and your purpose, know that those things can be very, very different than your career path. So walk in it.
Which I don't think you would take money from fitness.
Probably not.
I think your passion for fitness really just stems off what you said. So it's not a thing of like, oh, I'm gonna just do this for money, because your thing is like, just get up and move.
Just get up and move. That's it.
If you participate in her, first of all, plug. If you ain't following her on Facebook, go follow her, and then join her challenges. It ain't about weight loss. It ain't about the Biggest Loser. None of that. It's literally to get you up and move.
Up and moving.
And getting up and moving just to see how easy it is to just take 5 minutes out your day.
5 minutes.
Or
less than 5 minutes.
How easy it is to get 100 jump ropes in. Not all in one setting. Okay, I'm going to do 15 here. Then I'm going to do 15 on this break. Then I'm going to do 15 here. And till I get to 100. When it was squats, I'm going to do... You can literally get up. Because y'all watching... Let's be real. We watching our phones at these 9 to 5s.
Yes, we are.
So when you not working, you get up 5-10 squats. 10 of your squats is done right then and there.
Yep.
So it's just showing you to just get up, how easy it is to just get up and go, or how simple it is to just get up and go move.
Yeah. And that's what it is. Just, now granted, when we got up to the high numbers, it was taking about 5 minutes to get those squats in. But yeah, just that small few minutes to do, when we started the jump rope challenge, I was like, oh Lord, I probably shouldn't have started with 100, because I did on the last episode.
You definitely said that. I wasn't going to say nothing.
But I took those few days, and I was just, and I'm like, man, I literally just did 100 jump ropes in 25 seconds. Like, we can do this. And then I was watching videos, and I was like, oh Lord, I probably should have did 100. Then I'm like, but baby, they doing them. So look, we gonna go with it. Cause I almost changed the calendar, just cause I didn't want people to feel so overwhelmed with the amount that we start with on day 1 and day 2, and then to drop out.
And I thought you was increased. I looked at the thing. I even showed my coworker. They said, "Oh yeah, no, we ain't doing that."
It's not even. Oh, I'm very, very active, but baby, for my ladies posting their videos, stop playing.
I thought you was increasing 50 a day, so no, I did 150 yesterday.
Yeah, only 25.
And then I think it might was 160 because I lost track of my count, and I just said, "Well, I know I got the 30." You did
more today too.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't. I know I counted them. I did. Nope. I know I did. Because when I hit 100, I counted to 25. And I counted to 25 again.
Okay, so unless when you messed up, when you had the moment where you messed up, I went back one. You probably didn't go back.
No, I didn't go back.
Okay, so that's probably why.
Nope.
But I am very encouraged. If it get taken in when you start.
If I'm going this way. And the thing go behind my foot, they count.
Okay.
But again, I did 25 more, which I know they don't count, but I did 25 more yesterday.
Yeah. I saw that you did extra.
That was not on purpose.
You did good.
That was unintentional. I said, oh, shit, I got to do 150 today. Went to see what the number for today was and said, well, God dang it, I did 150 yesterday.
Look at that.
Oh, well.
Look at that.
Anyway, we're going to wind it down.
We're going to wind it down with the wind down.
My wine is almost done.
Mine too.
But, you guys know your potential. You know if you're living out or if you are doing what you're capable of doing.
Yes.
If your comfort is there, but you still feel that emptiness like Shakora said, then maybe there's a little more digging deep that you need to do. But also figure out where that comfort is coming from. I mean, where that little emptiness is coming from.
Yes.
Because we hitting a recession. So we all about to be digging deep. So, but if you're feeling like, and I'm gonna call him out because he watches and he's coming too on a couple of episodes. Montreal, my cousin, has a blog. He told me that he's inspired because we've been dropping our podcast every week. So Montreal, you're not reaching your full potential because you're letting your blog go. Because you recognize that you need to do better with your blog.
Let me find out.
He gonna come in below, and I don't
so
care. He not. He gonna be like,
plug it.
He gonna be like, you know what? Trail the PE hates adulthood. He has a very funny blog when he was consistently doing it. Very funny because he talks about certain parts of adulthood. He said adulthood I hate it here.
Oh, me too.
Back when you didn't have bills, he's older than me. So back when you could do certain things and you didn't feel it. Drinking is different. All these things that are different that you see now in adulthood that you thought was glamorous as a child.
Yeah.
So yeah, but no, you're not reaching your potential.
Yeah. And like we said, that conviction will be there, or he'll put something in front of you. Like Montreal said, y'all, I'm inspired. He gonna put something in front of you to show you what you can do. Like even when we first was starting, a lot of people was asking about how to get started, what can they do. You know your potential. You know the things that is in your path that you want to do. It's a sense of just doing it. And so that's why I text you today. And I was like, man, I'm so proud of us. Like, we really like doing this. So whether we have 1 million people watching or we have 5 people watching, we're still doing it. We're giving it our all. We're not letting the comfortable state of, well, we only got 5 people, let's not post, or let's what. No, we doing what we need to do. So continue to reach that full potential that is in your path, that's for you essentially.
True. Facts.
Yes.
All minds clear.
All minds clear.
Thank you guys for watching it. Thank you guys for joining us today. I told y'all I'm tired. Thank you guys for joining us today. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, rate us on all podcast platforms. If you have any questions or topic discussions, feel free to email us at unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. That is unapologeticallyuspod@yahoo.com. While you're at it, go ahead and follow our Instagram page at unapologeticallyuspod. And until
peas pod,
you gotta let them know.
Okay.
It's a pod, not pot. Pod. Finish all the swig of wine so we can close this out.
Okay, thank you. She calling everybody out today.
Nah, y'all know she could be calling people out too now. I'm just rubbing off on her. She's rubbing off on me. But anyway, y'all, until the next episode. Bye, y'all.
Bye.